What that was? I mean, what do you describe? A whole lot happened in the game. We can't recap all of it, but you found a way to win another football game. And Kory, when it comes down to the bottom line, that's got to mean something, that you're finding ways to win games that can go either way.
Yeah, I really honestly don't know what to say. Like, we've had so many really, really good football teams over the past decade, 15 years. And I don't know if any of us had to fight like we've had to fight this year to win football games. It's crazy. I mean, we're 3-0 in the conference, and all three of those games we probably shouldn't have won. And our kids found a way to win them. And I guess that's from this year, the 2024 Rebels. That's all I can ask. And you know, they do fight. They do fight. I give them that. You know, I understand what we are, and at the end of the day, they're 5-1. I don't know how we're 5-1, but we are, and you know, we'll live for another week.
Is there anything to be said for some of the guys that were part of last year, that knowing how to win, just we're expected to win, we'll have to find a way to do it? And Coach, you found so many different ways, whether it be triple overtime, double overtime, or a game like tonight. Is there anything to be said for, you know what, there's a mentality that we win?
Well, you can tell 49. I mean, he was a big part of those last 2-3 years that probably could have won state or did win state. And he's willed us a lot of it. Our younger guys are trying to follow him. You know, that's all they can do. You know, Hayden Carver is a big part of that, and obviously we ran behind him at the end of that game. And you know, there's a lot to tradition. There's a lot to winning. You know, luckily I was a part of that when I played in high school, and there were games that we won that we had no business winning, even back then. And a lot of it is in your head. You just expect to win, like you think you're going to win. And our kids are there, I think, and it's even the kids that really weren't a part of those last few years. They just expect to win football games, and so when we've had these games like this, they've just found ways to win. Like I said, I don't know how. It's just I can't tell you how many times in the last our 3 conference games I was on the sideline thinking, I don't know how we're going to win this game, and we've won them all. So I don't know. You know, I think God's on our side a little bit too. We talk about that a lot. You know, we'll just see how the rest of the season goes, but we are what we are.
In terms of Jackson, is he? I'll say, is he okay physically? I know he's banged up because of the way he plays. He just plays that way. But I looked at him at times tonight, and I thought it's a bit of a struggle. He's going to play through it. We know that. Is he generally okay?
Yeah. You know, I've got him as a cadet teacher. He comes to my room every day. He's in good spirits. He's good to go. He's just a great kid, laughing all the time. You know, I don't want him to have to take the hits that he's taken in our 3 conference games, but you know, for these kids, the conference games mean more. You know, I tried to take it easy on him, the St. Dominic, and you kind of see what happened. So you kind of got to pick your games, I think. You know, the winnable games, you know, you think you got a chance, you're going to probably use him more. You know, we'll see. I don't want to say we're not going to use him next week because he's not going to want to hear that, but there's just certain games that we're going to have to keep him fresher going down the stretch run. So, you know, things may be a little different the next 2-3 weeks because I think hopefully this sealed up a 2 seed at least for us. And, you know, we get to play Dexter with a chance at a 1 seed, and you know, that'll be an important game for us. So I'm not saying next week's not important. Obviously, it's Valley. We know all that stuff, but you know, as a coach, I kind of know what we are, and we're going to play for, you know, we're going to play for weeks 10, 11, 12, whatever that may be.
2 more for you. We'll let you go. One on the defense tonight, second half particularly. You shut down their run game completely. They had no run game in the second half. Just what you see from your defense?
Well, defensively, I thought that was the best we played all year in the second half. Now, I know their center went down, and that was a big blow to them. You know, they're like us and all these other teams. They get an injury, and the depth, you know, I'm not taking anything away from the kid to come in, but depth is an issue for a lot of us. And, you know, you can tell when 1 or 2 guys get banged up and they go out, you know, there's a little bit of a drop-off. And, you know, plus, you know, we changed things schematically at halftime, which helped us, obviously. But I felt like it looked like we played a lot harder and we tackled better and did all the things to be a better defensive team. Like I said, I thought it was the best we played all year defensively.
going back to the end of the first half, no way we can analyze it as you walked off. So I did talk to the white cap, I did talk to the officials, and one of the explanations I was given is arms were extended when they pushed him in with the assistance with the runner. So that's why the call's made. Did you get that explanation? Are you satisfied with it, or is this a confusing rule for both coaches and officials? Maybe
it's not a confusing rule. It's confusing because it's officiated differently every week. You know what I mean? It's like they need to get it consistent because we've been doing it for 4 weeks. You know, I've talked to the head guy, and he said that you can do it. So obviously there's a disconnect in the communication, and that's what I was saying. I wasn't mad at them. I'm just mad at the fact that we're in week 5 or week 6, whatever week we're in, week 6, and we've been doing it all year, and not once have we been told we can't. I've even asked other officials, and they said it's fine. So it's just the lack of communication on their part. You know, and it ended up being a big play, so the emotion was into it. Obviously, you know, if it's one of those things that, you know, it's not a 13-point swing, it's probably not going to be that emotional. But obviously, with it being, you know, a 13-point swing in a close game, and we've done it for 6 weeks, obviously that's why I was emotional about it. But, you know, the crew did a great job. That's a really good crew. It's one of the best crews we've had, so I was pleased with it.
Always a pleasure. See you soon.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.